Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Let's just jump right into it. I don't have a whole lot of time to record and I don't know how long it's going to take me to talk about this, but I want to talk about self-love being a requirement for me. Okay, self-love is a requirement nowadays. So I'm in my season of solitude. Y'all know y'all probably tired of hearing me say that on every video, but it's true. Like, that's just where I am at in life right now. And self-love has become a requirement for me. And taking this time to just be by myself, I've really been dealing with the fact that I feel like something is missing, like it's a missing puzzle piece when I get alone and I get by myself. And so now I'm alone and I'm by myself and I'm really just dealing with the fact that I genuinely feel like something is missing out of my life. And the thing that I feel like is missing is somebody else, somebody to be there for me, somebody to love me, somebody to, make me feel feminine, somebody to make me laugh, somebody to love on me, somebody to respect me, just somebody to do all of these things. But I'm alone now and I'm by myself and there is nobody to do all these things. And now I'm coming to the realization that I don't do these things for myself, and that's why I seek other people to do these things for me, because it's something that not only do I not do it for myself, but in all actuality, the truth is I don't even know how to do those things for myself. I didn't love me. I didn't respect me. I was not a friend to myself. And I looked for all of those things outside of me. I look for somebody to be my friend. I look for somebody to love me. I look for somebody to treat me a certain way, to make me happy. But the truth is, I don't make myself happy. And I don't know how to, or at least I didn't, Now that I'm doing this work, I am actually learning how to be all of those things for myself, learning how to give myself all of those things. And y'all, it's challenging. I am not going to sit up here and say that it's easy to do. It's very challenging. It's very uncomfortable. It's an adjustment. It's a mental adjustment as well as a physical adjustment in my life. But with all the challenges does come rewards, and it's very rewarding getting to this space where I'm learning how to do all of these things and give these things to myself and just being fully satisfied with just me and not feeling like, oh, there's a missing piece, there's something missing from my life, or I'm so lonely, I need someone to come over here and do this, that, and the third. There is a pattern that I realized when it comes to my friends. And I know now that I felt like this because I wasn't giving it to myself, but I would have a tendency, let me know in the comments if you can relate to this, but y'all, I would have a tendency to set these high standards and have such high expectations out of my friends. If you love me, you would treat me how I treat you, which, that's another big piece of the puzzle right there, because not only was I seeking all of these things outside of people, and I feel like it's because I didn't know how to give it to myself. Another piece of it, y'all, was that I did know how to give it, or I did know how to do it, but I did it for everybody else except for me. I gave everybody else love. I gave everybody else loyalty. I was the best friend to everybody else except for me. I gave everybody else respect, but I didn't give myself respect. You see what I'm saying? So not only was I not doing it and giving it to myself, I was doing it, but I was giving it to everybody else. And then I would be mad because I would have such high expectations. I'm doing all of this, I'm being the best friend, I'm being the best lover, this, that, and the third to everybody else that I'm dealing with. Why am I not getting that back in return? And so the answer to that is, people see you. And sometimes people can see you a whole lot clearer than you can see yourself. And people see this woman is so quick to give me everything without me even having to ask for it. But she doesn't even give it to herself. So now I can come around and I can do the bare minimum and get everything that I need or I want in return for nothing, for little to nothing. And then I'm getting, whew, y'all, I'm talking about some stuff that I didn't even write down in the notes, honey, okay? Because this is why self-love is a requirement now at this point, y'all, because I spent so much of my life giving to everybody else and then not feeling satisfied when I didn't get it in return. Or here comes somebody that loves me, right? Despite how much I don't love myself, don't respect myself, blah, blah, blah. Here comes somebody around who does love me, and then set in the expectations and the standards just get higher and higher and higher, and I'm never feeling fulfilled no matter how much they try to love me and reach my expectations or meet me at my standards. Because the key is, y'all, what I'm really seeking for, I cannot find in others. I didn't learn that piece of the puzzle, y'all, until I started to embark on a journey of getting to a place of solitude, you know? What I'm seeking, the love, the friendship, the bond that I'm seeking is something that can only come from me. And an important lesson that I've learned in life is nobody can make you happy. You have to make you happy. Nobody can come around and make you happy. You have to make you happy. I have to make Crystal happy. And I've been spending my whole life searching for someone to make Crystal happy. And I failed miserably, okay?
Miserably. I'm gonna edit that out.
Yeah, I failed tragically. Matter of fact, I failed efficiently.
Let me get off of that.
No matter what somebody gives me or what somebody doesn't give me, despite how much I give them, it's never going to be enough, because my happiness, my joy, my fulfillment, my love, my self-respect, my self-worth, my self-value, hello, it comes from self. It does not come from anybody else. And not to get too deep, but no, I didn't grow up with my biological father. And I did grow up with my mother in the home, but she wasn't really emotionally present. So I know some of this does stem from my childhood, you know, just not having the love and affection that I needed from my parents. And so because it didn't come from them, somewhere on a subconscious level, I thought, well, let me find someone who can give it to me, since I didn't get it from my parents, you know, when really my parents are supposed to fill me up and teach me how to, you know, have the self-worth, the self-value, and the self-confidence. Not necessarily give it to me in the way I perceived it. I perceived it as, oh, well, if they won't give it to me, then somebody else will give it to me. No, they're not even supposed to give it to me. They're supposed to teach me how to value and love myself by loving and being present physically and emotionally in my life and just building me up. I say all that to say, you know, when I'm in my season of solitude and I say I'm doing inner work, y'all, this is the type of inner work that I'm doing. This is the type of self-reflection that I'm doing, the self-evaluating, and these are the results that I'm coming up with. These are the lessons that I'm learning just from being alone, literally, just from cutting out dating, cutting out hanging out with friends, and really every day, day to day, like I'm by myself or I'm with my children. And when I'm not with my children, I'm not escaping myself by watching TV, you know, binge watching shows. Now, I'm not saying I don't watch TV. I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is, even if you eliminate people, there are still other ways that you can distract yourself from thyself. And that's what I'm doing when I have my alone time. That's why I'm waking up early in the morning and pouring into me. And I've worked very, very hard to get to the point now where I'm a 5 a.m. girly. But, you know, even when I was waking up at 6 or 7 or 8 in the morning, it you know, it started out slow. maybe 30 minutes to myself, just mirror work. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to make a separate video about the types of methods that I have um, embraced and practiced to pour into myself. But I'm gonna stay on topic, y'all. I'm gonna stay on topic. But just doing that inner work by myself, alone with myself, and it's not all roses either. It's been some tears, it's been some journaling, it's been writing down some ugly truths to get to this place. But I'm getting off topic. I'm in this season of solitude. What I'm trying to say is, y'all, that in this season of solitude, self-love has become a requirement because I have realized how much of myself I've given away and how little I've gotten in return. And I've also realized how much I have been seeking outside of myself for happiness and fulfillment that can only truly be attained if I give it to myself. Like, it has to come from me. And so once I got to that point, now I'm in a place where I'm teaching myself how to love myself. I'm learning what it really looks like, or what it really is to have self-respect, to be aware of how valuable I am, to be aware of my worth, my potential, my power. I've had to reclaim my power. And in doing that, I had to acknowledge the ways that I've given my power away to people. And anytime that I feel alone or lonely, let's say lonely, not alone, but anytime I feel lonely, anytime that I feel lonely or feel like, oh, I just want to call an old friend or maybe call an old lover, I've had to, in that moment, say, why do you want to call them? What do you want to do? What do you want them to do for you? What's the fix that you're looking for? And then figure out a way to give it to myself. I want company. I want companionship. Okay, let's do something. What do you like to do? And that's another good thing about being in this space of solitude is I'm really figuring out, what do I like to do? Like, what makes me happy? What makes me feel good? So I'm learning what I like, who I am, what I love, and I'm also becoming aware of just how valuable I am, how worthy I am of self-love, and I'm giving it to myself, y'all. I'm giving myself the love that I deserve. And so now I think it's safe for me to say that, like, self-love is a requirement, okay? It's a requirement in my life. And it's also safe for me to say that I'm okay with not looking for it in somebody else. I'm okay with being alone. I'm 9 months into this journey, and I'm okay with being able to say, I'm not dating nobody. I ain't talking to nobody. And I'm okay with, if I'm out and about at the grocery store or wherever, you know what I'm saying? I could see a fine brother and say, dang, he fine. And not have the desire to, get his attention some type of way, okay? And if, somebody approaches me, which I don't think has happened too lately, because my aura must have changed, y'all. Like, my aura must be given, off the market. But I feel confident that, if a brother approaches me, that, I can hold in my flirtatious ways and just say, no, thank you. I'm not interested. I'm flattered. I don't even need to say I'm flattered because that's opening up the door. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like I can turn a guy down right now that, I felt attracted to. Of course, I can turn down somebody that I ain't interested in. But that's the thing. I'm not interested in anybody right now because it took so long to get to this place, y'all, where I am abstaining from sex, I'm abstaining from dating, like all of it. And then in the midst of all that, I've been doing all this work. And now it's just like I have a new set of standards, Ultimately, I know I'm not in a place where I'm ready to date yet. I just scratched the surface of this solitude season, you know what I'm saying? And I still have a ways to go before, I feel like I'm ready to pop back out again. This might be like 2 years. A 2 year long journey, because I'm approaching a year and I don't feel ready yet. You know what I'm saying? So I might need an extra year under my belt of just, doing this self work before I'm ready, to go back out there again, as far as dating goes, and maybe as far as like hanging out with friends go. That's a whole nother discussion. My point is that I'm at a place now where self-love is a requirement, and I've gotten so far and deep into a space of uh embodying and practicing self-love and just discovering and tapping into that I don't feel tempted to slip up. Because in the beginning, it was a lot of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth before I finally like disciplined myself and committed to abstaining from those things so that I can learn how to love myself. Okay, and now it's a requirement, honey. And it's so much of a requirement, and it's so much fulfilling that I genuinely don't even have a desire to date right now. Like, I just don't. I don't have a desire to date at all. Okay. But when I get to that point, okay, I want to pop back out in the scene a whole different being, y'all. Like, I want to do this work to the point where when I step out, I'm a woman who don't play about herself, okay? Because in the past, I've played about me and I end up getting played, okay? So I don't want to do that no more. I've done that, been there, done that, brought a couple t-shirts, okay? And I don't want to be that woman anymore. I don't want to be playing myself, okay? I want to be the woman that sets boundaries, okay? Is clear and direct about her boundaries, and has no problem communicating her boundaries, and also has no problem of cutting the mother off, okay, when they cross the boundary the first time. Okay, because I don't play about me. I don't play about me. Like, I want to get to that space. Okay. And I feel like that's a goal. That's a vibe. That's a goal. That's where I'm heading. And so right now, I'm just so focused on becoming that version of myself that, baby, I don't got time. I don't got time to waste time. Okay. And yeah, y'all, I just feel like self-love is a requirement. Now, I will say there is a difference between self-love and self-care, okay? Self-care is an act of self-love, but there is a difference. There is a difference. I don't know where I'm going with this. I feel like self-love is when I am practicing and discovering ways to just love Crystal. You know what I mean? Like, love me. Love who I am, what I look like, my flaws, you know, write down the things that I don't like about myself, and finding ways to love that, finding ways to accept me, accept that everything that I've been through, everything that I've done, everything that I've made has brought me to where I am, and finding good in all of those reasons that, I find to not love myself, right? And then I feel like self-care is nurturing me. That's when I'm taking care of me. That's when I'm taking a walk. That's when I'm going out in nature. That's when I'm doing my yoni steams. That's when I am saying my affirmations. That's when I'm doing my mirror work. That's when I'm pouring into myself in both ways, but I'm doing it in different ways. And so self-love is a requirement, but you know what? Self-care is also a requirement too, okay? Taking care of myself is a requirement. Let me just change the title of the video. Taking care of me is a requirement in life right now, and it's top priority. It's top priority. And nothing is more important than that. Nothing. That's top priority. Me. Under that, my children. After that, nothing. Okay, that's it. It's a pie split in half. 50% is me. Well, it ain't even a pie because it's layers. It's a pyramid. It's a pyramid split in half. And I'm at the top, and all my children are at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Slice and 3. But it feels good to be here. It feels good to be in this space. And I don't know how many different ways I can say it, y'all, but it's up and it's stuck. Okay? This is where I'm at. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. And after everything it took, all the tears and realizations and, you know what I'm saying, discipline and releasing of urges, and gosh, the list can go on and on and on. But after everything that it took to get to this place, self-love is a requirement and self-care is a requirement. And nothing else matters. And nobody can come and give me when I'm giving myself. I really, really, truly know that now. And that's why I don't want nobody. That's why I don't want nobody. And I'm okay with just being in this season of solitude, because I really understand now, mind, body, spirit, soul, that nobody can give me the attention that I'm giving myself and it hit the same way. And that's why I don't really want nobody around right now. Wow. Whew. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and end this video. That's it right there. Close the tablet, honey. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say after that. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my video. As always, I am eternally grateful. And I really hope that the things that I'm saying resonates with somebody. I really hope that it sparks a light in somebody. I hope that, you know, this is the video that ignites your own season of solitude, okay? Your own self-love journey into becoming a place where self-love is a requirement, and you become the woman that don't play about you. Don't play about you, sis. You too worthy, you too valuable, you too precious. You have too much potential to do such great things in life, to be walking around here playing about yourself and getting played in return. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.